Good day, scholars. I am so excited to be here with you today. Today we are going to be reading a myth, and we're going to be understanding how myths helped us better understand volcanic activity in the past. So today, scholars, we're going to be reading chapter 5 called Mythic Volcano Spirits. Say, ooh, ah, beautiful. So before we dive into our text, scholars, I'm going to give you 1 minute. When I say go, but not yet, you are going to have 1 minute to go to your table of contents, find chapter 5, and flip to the first page of chapter 5. You're going to give me a thumbs up at your chest to let me know that you are ready to go. Again, when I say go, but not yet, everyone will have 1 minute. You are going to go to your table of contents, find chapter 5, flip to the first page of chapter 5, and give me a thumbs up when you are ready to go. I cannot wait to see who's going to beat this countdown and show me they're ready to go. Time begins now. Nice job, Jason. I see you already at your table of contents. Beautiful. Nice job, Layla. I see you flipping already to page for your chapter. Beautiful. Wow, I see all my friends at table 1 already flipping to get to the first page of chapter 1. Nice, Angel. I see you with that thumb up, letting me know you're ready to go. Nice. Jessica, I see you with that thumb up, letting me know you're ready to go as well. Beautiful. Waiting on one individual, making sure you're getting there. Beautiful. I should see your thumb up at your chest, letting me know you're ready. Beautiful. Nice job to all my friends who beat our countdown. Give yourself 2 claps. Awesome. So now that we are at chapter 5, I'm really excited that we are going to jump into this myth. Before we jump into this myth, scholars, there are going to be some vocabulary words that we are going to see in our text. When we see a bolded word, that lets us know that it is an important vocabulary word in our text. And we are going to be using our glossary and our resource to help us understand the definition. Okay? So again, we have a glossary. A glossary is a resource that has vocabulary words and the definitions of those vocabulary words in our text. Again, a glossary is a resource that has vocabulary words and definitions of our vocabulary words in our text. Okay? So you are on page 7.1. We are going to quickly go over some vocabulary words that we're going to see. I cannot wait to hear some loud and proud voices read our vocabulary words and definitions. Before we get started, who can remind me, what is a glossary? What is a glossary? What is a glossary? Wow, I love the confident hands. Beautiful, hands are down. Talk to us, Angel. What is a glossary? Everybody's eyes are on our speaker. Beautiful. What is a glossary, Angel? Great. A glossary is a resource that has vocabulary words and definitions. Let's go ahead and evaluate with our thumbs. Do we agree? Do we disagree with Angel's response? I cannot wait to see who's going to evaluate without Ms. King having to tell you to evaluate. We're actively listening. Nice, beautiful with those evaluations. Beautiful. Thank you, Angel. A glossary is a resource that has vocabulary words and definitions. Beautiful. Cannot wait to see who's going to evaluate. Beautiful. So, everybody, we're going to look at our words. The first word that we're going to see in our text is called offering. Beautiful. I am here at our word, offering. I'm going to read it first. You're following along. Offering is a noun. Offering is a noun. I know that a noun is a person, place, thing, animal, or idea. Great. Offering. Something that is presented as an act of worship. Again, offering. Something that is presented as an act of worship. Great. Our next word is strong-willed. Strong-willed. I would like to hear from you. Jada, what does strong-willed mean? Talk to us. Strong-willed is an adjective. It is determined to do what you want, even if other people tell you not to. Thank you, Jada. An adjective, scholars, describes a noun. An adjective describes a person, place, thing, animal, or idea. So a person can be strong-willed. A community, right, can be strong-willed. Thank you, Jada. Our next word is bitter. The word is what? Bitter. Beautiful. I want to hear from you, Carlos. Read bitter for us. It says, bitter is an adjective. The first definition says it is resentful and angry because of unfair treatment. The second definition says very cold. Bitter, resentful and angry because of unfair treatment, or very cold. Great, so scholars, bitter, right? If one person in the class does something and the entire class loses recess for one day, some of you might be bitter, right? You might feel that that consequence is unfair based on everybody else in the class because of one person's actions. Bitter. Beautiful. Next word. I love how you're following along with me. Our next word is outsmart. Outsmart is a verb. I want to hear from you, Khaleesi. Read outsmart for us. It says, outsmart is a verb. It means to trick or defeat someone by being clever. I'm going to read that again. Thank you, Khaleesi. Outsmart. To trick or defeat someone by being clever. Scholars, clever relates to knowledge or intelligence. Okay? So, outsmarting somebody does not mean you're just tricking them, right? You are defeating them or tricking them because of some sort of knowledge or intelligence that you're using to defeat them or trick them. Great? Outsmart. Next word is revenge. Go ahead and read that loud and proud for us. Carlos, revenge. Revenge is a noun. The act of getting even for a wrongdoing. Give me a thumbs up if you've ever gotten revenge on someone. Have you ever gotten revenge on someone? Thank you for those quick evaluations. Beautiful, hands are down. I hate to say it, but I feel like a lot of us, and maybe not a lot of us, but some of us have either sought revenge on somebody or thought about revenge. Our next word is caldera. Caldera is a noun. Caldera is a crater caused by the collapse of the top of a volcano. Interesting, so this is going to relate to our volcano caldera. A crater, right? A hole in the middle of something caused by the collapse of the top of a volcano. Great. Our next word is lofty. The second word is eternal. The final word is elder. Beautiful. Scholars, it's going to be very important that as we're reading, we are utilizing our resources. Please do not hesitate to utilize your resource and your glossary to better understand our words as we are reading. Good readers understand the words that they are reading, so make sure that you use your resource. What is the resource that we use again to help us with definitions? What is the resource we use that helps us with definitions? Talk to us, Jalicia. Jackson, I love how you heard your scholar speak and you evaluated with your thumb up or down. Beautiful. Let's give Jackson 2 claps. Let's give Khaleesi 2 claps. Beautiful. A glossary is our resource that we utilize. Perfect. So guys, now we're about ready to jump into our text. So again, we're utilizing our glossary to help us with definitions we do not know. Everybody's at chapter 5. Beautiful. I want to also remind us, scholars, that we're going to be giving ourselves some grace. We're going to be seeing some Hawaiian words that I personally have never seen before and that you may have never seen before either. We are going to do our very best to use our pronunciation table to help us pronounce these words that we may not know. Even when you are reading in your head, you are making sure that you are doing your best to pronounce these words accurately, okay? And you have resources to help you. But again, we've never seen these words before. Ms. King has never seen these words before, so we are giving ourselves some grace, but doing our best to pronounce properly. Now I'm ready to dive into our text. Everybody is already at chapter 5. Your pointed finger is up. Your pointed finger is down now at the title of our chapter. Everybody's going to get ready to read our chapter loud and proud. Get ready on 3. 1, the title of our chapter. 2, 3, it says, Mythic Volcano Spirits. Beautiful. Now, boys only, you're going to read our big question that's in our corner. Boys only, loud and proud. Read our big question on 3. 1, 2, 3, it says, how do volcano myths help explain volcanic activity? Nice job, boys. I love how you are so loud and proud. We're going to read it again. Ladies only. Ladies only. You heard how loud those boys were, right? Let's be confident. Let's read our big question on 3. Ladies only. 1, 2, 3. It says, how do volcano myths help explain volcanic activity? Beautiful. As we are reading our myths, you are going to be thinking about this big question. How do these myths help us understand volcanic activity? Great. As I'm reading aloud, you are going to be reading silently in your head. Please make sure that you are following along. If you need to take notes and annotate in your text, do not hesitate. Great. I am at the first sentence of our chapter. Everybody's eyes are down, ready to read along with me. Great. An erupting volcano seems almost alive. It hisses, rumbles, and makes the ground shake. It's easy to understand why ancient cultures thought powerful spirits lived inside volcanoes. Belief in volcano gods help people make sense of volcanic eruptions. I'm going to freeze this really quickly right there. Scholars, I'm going to give you a minute. You're going to turn and talk to your partner. I want you to talk to your partner. What is a synonym for the word spirits in our text? I'm looking at sentence number 2. I see the word spirits. I want you to talk with your partner. What is a synonym for the word spirits? Scholars, synonym is a word that has a similar meaning. Synonym is a word that has a similar meaning. You're going to take a minute to talk with your partner about a synonym for the word spirits in the context of our text. Turn to your partner. Wow, eyes back on me. Jessica and Janelle, I loved how quick your head turned to your partner, showing that respect. Turn to your partner. Wow, beautiful. I see all eyes on our partners. What is a synonym for the word spirits? Talk. Nice respect. I love you looking at your partner. Beautiful. Nice. Nice. If partner 2 has not had an opportunity to speak, then partner 2, I want you to explain how you know based on what we've read so far. Think about what your partner has said. How do you know? 30 more seconds to discuss. What is a synonym for the word spirits? All right, guys, eyes back on me. 3. Eyes back on me in 2. Thank you for that respect. Eyes back on me in 1. Beautiful. What is a synonym for the word spirits in our text? What is a synonym for the word spirits? Wow, I love the confidence hands, confident scholars. Hands are down. Carlos, talk to us. I love the eyes on Carlos. What is a synonym for the word spirits, Carlos? Nice job, fellas, right now with these quick evaluations, and I don't even have to tell you to evaluate. Beautiful, I see you. Beautiful. Let's give Carlos 2 claps. Carlos, beautiful job. Carlos stated that a synonym for the word spirits is gods. I love that you were confident, and I love how you used evidence from our text. You saw the word spirits, and then in the next sentence, you were able to see them utilize gods. Nice job. Scholars, even if you did not know what a synonym for spirits was, looking at our sentence, we are look at what's before and we look at what's after our word or our sentence to get context. So beautiful job. So another word for spirits is gods. We're going to get it back into our text. Let's continue reading, focusing, thinking about what this myth is telling us about volcanic activity. And now I'm thinking about what they mean by spirits and gods. I'm on this third sentence where it says belief in volcano gods. Your eyes are down. Belief in volcano gods. Let's get ready. It says, belief in volcano gods help people make sense of volcanic eruptions. Some believe that when volcanoes were quiet, it meant the volcano gods were content. Content means happy. Content means satisfied. Some people also believe that when volcanoes erupted, it meant that the gods were angry. People try to keep volcano gods happy with offerings of food, flowers, and animals. I'm going to freeze this right there. I see our bolded term offerings. I'm going to ask you, Heaven, go ahead and read our definition for offerings again so we can better understand. Go ahead and read our definition for offerings loud and proud. Heaven. Offerings is a noun. Something that is presented as an act of worship. So now that we know an offering is something presented as an act of worship, what are the people offering? Based on what we read, what are our people offering? What are they offering? Wow, I love the confident hands. I see you also, Jerry Ann, looking into your text. You don't want to be confused. I love that. Hands are down. Talk to us, Jerry Ann. What are the people offering? Yes, with the respect. The people are offering food, flowers, and animals. Nice active listening. Let's give Jerry Ann 2 claps. Beautiful. So the people are offering food, flowers, and animals. And I love how she didn't just say the people are offering this. She said the people are offering the volcano gods, right? Since she's recognizing that there are some spirits that these people believe are in the volcanoes. Nice job, Jerry Ann. Beautiful. So they're offering food, flowers, and animals. Awesome. Let's continue reading paragraph number 2. People told stories. All eyes are down. Let's get ready. People told stories to help explain why unpredictable events like volcanoes occurred. Many stories included volcano gods as part of the explanation. These stories or myths were retold again and again. Over time, volcano myths became an important part of a culture's history and tradition. The myths were creative explanations for natural processes and events. Let's freeze really quickly. I'm going to give everybody 1 minute. When I say go but not yet, you're going to turn and talk to your partner answering this question. According to our text and what we've read so far, how did people make sense of volcanic eruptions? According to what we've read so far, how did people make sense of these volcanic eruptions? Turn to your partner. 1 minute, using evidence. Talk. How did people make sense of these volcanic eruptions based on what we've read so far? So I'm circulating. All eyes on me, 3. Nice respect, 2. All eyes on me, and 1. Beautiful. As I was going around and listening, I heard some beautiful responses. When you hear your classmates speak, you're going to be ready to evaluate. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Or do you want to build onto what they're saying? I cannot wait to see us have a discussion. How did people make sense of these volcanic eruptions? Start us off, Jalicia. Jalicia, talk to us. People believe volcano gods lived inside the volcanoes. Evaluate. Agree, disagree, building. Nice job on these building signs. Beautiful. Go ahead and build on that. Harley, build on that. Nice job with your active listening. You heard what she said. Thank you, Harley. So Harley said that people did believe in these volcano gods, but she also related evidence from our text because they said people believe that when the volcanoes were quiet, that meant the volcano gods were happy and relaxed. Then Harley said that if the volcanoes erupted, that meant that the volcano gods might have been angry. Nice job building on Jalicia's response. Great. So scholars, based on what we've read so far, it seems like these myths are letting us know that there are some spirits in these volcanoes and that the people believe that these eruptions happen based on the feelings, right, of these gods in these volcanoes. It's interesting to think. Let's continue reading to think about our big question. So again, formulating how do these myths help us better understand volcanic activity? Great. Before we move on, I want to hear from you again, Denise. Denise, how did people make sense of these volcanic activities based on what your classmates have said? Nice respect looking at Denise. Nice job, Denise. Beautiful active listening. Great. So we already recognize that the people believe that there are there are gods in these volcanoes, and that they believe that these activity of the volcano really depends on these gods' feelings. Either they're happy, either angry, either they're upset. Beautiful. Let's continue reading. We're now at the portion where it says Hawaii's goddess of fire. I noticed that we're going to start to be introduced to some Hawaiian vocabulary. Please, please, please make sure that you are pronouncing as best as you can as you're reading in your head. Great. Pele is the ancient Hawaiian goddess of fire and volcanoes. Ooh. She is known for creating volcanic mountains and islands. When she unleashes fiery lava, she also destroys land and everything on it. Belief in Pele began centuries ago. Native Hawaiians believe the goddess lives in Kilauea. Ooh, let's say that again. Kilauea. The word is what? Kilauea. Beautiful. Kilauea is an active volcano on the island of Hawaii in the Hawaiian island chain. This Hawaiian volcano myth tells the story of how she came to make her home there. Ooh, interesting. Who can remind me, what is the name of the Hawaiian goddess of fire and volcanoes? What is the name of the goddess of fire and volcanoes? Hands are down. Talk to us, Nini. Nice. Her name is Pele. Beautiful. Her name is what, scholars? Pele. Beautiful. And she's the Hawaiian goddess of fire and volcanoes. Beautiful. We're flipping. We're on this next page. Page 43. Cannot wait to learn about Pele. Let's continue. Long ago, all eyes are on your text. Long ago, Pele lived in the spirit world with her parents and many brothers and sisters. Pele was strong-willed. I see another bolded term. Beautiful. And had a short temper. When she got angry, she caused things to burn and lava to erupt from the ground. Pele got along with most of her siblings except for her sister, Namaka Okaya. Namaka Okaya. Namaka Okaya, the goddess of the ocean and seawater. Let's say her name, Namaka Okaya. Her name is Namaka Okaya. Beautiful. And so she was the goddess of the ocean and the seawater. Over time, Pele and Namaka Okaya became bitter enemies. Pele decided to find a new home, so she set off across Earth's ocean in a great canoe. Several of her brothers and her younger sister, Hayaka, came with her. Scholars, we're going to take a minute to turn and talk without pausing. I'm wondering, why might Pele seek a new home? Based on what we learned, why might Pele decide to find a new home? Turn to your partners. Based on what we read, do not hesitate to utilize your text and your evidence. Why might Pele be finding a new home? Turn, talk. Beautiful. Okay. You're saying she wants to go away from her sister. Tell me a little bit more. Tell me a little bit more. What do we know? Why would she want to be going away from her sister? Take the next 30 seconds to continue to thinking. Why might Pele go and find a new home? Explaining based on what we've learned. All right, beautiful. Bring it back. 3. Nice. Eyes on me. 2. Ready to go in 1. Beautiful. Interesting topic. I'm going to hear from you, Denise. Why might Pele go out and find a new home? I think Pele was going out to find a new home because her and her sister are bitter. They don't really like each other. And so I think Pele wants to go find a new home and be away from her sister. Nice quick evaluations. I'm going to go ahead and give the boys right now a personal point. I love how when your classmates have been speaking, most of you have evaluated with your thumb up, thumb down, or building. Beautiful job, boys. Personal point. Who can build on this idea? So I agree with you. We do know that Pele and Namaka Okai are bitter. They have some negative feelings toward each other. And she's saying that she thinks Pele wants to be separated and finds a place new. What does that mean about her feelings? What does she think finding a new home is going to do for her? Build Jessica. I think she thinks that if she goes and finds a new home, she'll be happier away from her sister. Beautiful. Nice inferences from both scholars. I can agree with you. I think that if there's some negative emotions, right, related to family, finding a new home and separating yourself might make you feel like, I'm happier away from this negative energy, right? I don't want to be around negative energy. Beautiful inference. So let's continue to read. I wonder what happened. Let's continue to read. All eyes are down. We're on the canoe. We're on the canoe. Great. The canoe landed on Kauai. Interesting. On Kauai, the northernmost island in the Hawaiian island chain. There, Pele met and fell in love with Lo'io. Lo'io, the island's king. She boldly asked him to marry her. After a moment's hesitation, Lo'io agreed. Who could say no to a goddess? Before the wedding could take place, however, Pele insisted on creating a suitable place for the couple to live. Pele's idea of a good home was a huge hole in the ground, warmed by fires of hot lava. I'm going to freeze this right there. Pele says a good home was a huge hole in the ground, warmed by fires of hot lava. What do we think she's describing? A hole in the ground, warmed by fires of hot lava. What do we think she's describing? I love the confident hands. Beautiful. What do we think she's describing? A huge hole in the ground, warmed by fires of hot lava. Hands are down. Talk to us, heaven. Nice, respect. Right, I think that she's talking about a volcano, right? Right, this huge hole in the ground, warmed by fire and lava, right? Could be a volcano. Beautiful. Nice inference. Let's continue reading. We're on our next page. So there's a good bit of stuff going on. We learned about Pele's relationship with her sister. She's met someone. Let's continue. Scholars, making sure that you are following along. Please do not hesitate again to utilize your glossary if there are words that you do not understand. Let's continue. Pele had a magic digging stick. When she jabbed the stick into the ground, a crater would open up in which volcanic fires burned. Pele began digging along Kauai's rocky coast. Every time she made a crater, seawater mysteriously flooded in and put out the flames. Much to her dismay, Pele discovered that her sister, Namaka Okai, had followed Pele to Kauai. Say, oh no. Oh no. Namaka Okai was trying to ruin Pele's plans to build a home and get married. I'm going to freeze this really quickly. I'm curious. Why do we think Namaka Okai is trying to ruin her sister's plans? Why do we think that's happening? Turn to your partner. I'm wondering why. I'm wondering why. Why would her sister be coming to ruin her plans? Turn. Take a moment. Talk. Why would Namaka Okai be ruining her sister's plans? Beautiful. Bring it back. Eyes on me. 3. Nice job. And 2. 1. I want to give a shout out to all the partners right now who are confidently speaking to their peer. I love your confidence. On our next turn and talk, the partner who has not spoken up enough, it is going to be your turn to speak first, showing your confidence as well. Beautiful. So as I was listening, I heard a lot of us talk about revenge. I love that we're using a vocabulary word that we heard of, revenge. So I agree. We know that Namaka Okai and Pele were bitter. Even though they're sisters, they didn't like each other. And so it seems like one of the sisters is getting revenge. Let's continue to read. Hoping to outsmart. Our eyes are down. Hoping to outsmart. On following along. Eyes. Hoping to outsmart her hateful sister, Pele fled to Oahu. The word is Oahu. Read it. It says Oahu. Beautiful. The next island in the Hawaiian chain. She took her younger sister, Hayaka, and her brothers with her. Namaka Okai followed them, and once again she caused seawater to fill every crater Pele dug. So Pele kept moving, traveling to the islands of Molachi. I know there's a K in there, scholars, but this is pronounced Molachi. The word is what? Molachi. Beautiful. So Pele kept moving, traveling to the islands of Molachi and then Maui. There too, Namaka Okai worked her watery magic. Time and again, she turned Pele's craters into cold, wet holes in the ground. This is interesting. Let's continue. So I want to freeze this really quickly. Her sister is turning these craters into cold, wet holes in the ground. Interesting. We're going to take a moment, scholars. This is a deep question, so I want you to take a moment to think. Again, that partner who has not spoken up as much as the other partner, you're going to speak first. I want you to think. What natural occurrences are happening based on what we've read so far? I'm thinking about Pele and Namaka Okai. What natural occurrence is happening? You have to critically think. You have to think about what we read in our text. What natural occurrence is happening? Turn to your partner. I'm going to give everybody a minute. Again, the partner who has not spoken up a lot, you are speaking first. What natural occurrence is happening based on what we read? Turn. Talk. All right, scholars, bring it back 3. Thank you, bring it back 2. Bring it back 1. Scholars, as I was listening, I was hearing a lot of you not understand what I mean by natural occurrence. Okay? So I'm going to ask you a different question and you're going to respond and we're going to make sense of what we've read. So I want to know what is happening, right? Based on what this page right now. What is happening? What is Pele doing? What is Pele doing? What is Namaka Okai doing? Taking hands. What's happening? Down. Yes, Jayleen. I noticed that Pele is going to these places and she is using her magic stick. And she's creating a crater. And then I noticed that her sister Namaka Okai is coming and filling these craters up with water and making them cold. Nice. Jackson, nice job evaluating. I love the building sign. Go ahead and build on this, Jackson. I would like to build on you. I also think that these craters are what Pele wants to be her home. So she's creating these craters because she's trying to find a home for her and her husband, or that she's trying to marry. Okay, so you're saying she's trying to find a home. So I see she's creating these craters. She's wanting to find a home. Beautiful. Now, what do these craters represent? Now you're talking about a home. What do these craters represent, right? This is the natural occurrence I'm talking about. They're creating holes in the ground. Pele wants, based on what we read, back. Like, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to the page before, where she's talking about a home. I'm at the last page of page 40, the last sentence of page 43. Pele's idea of a good home was a huge hole in the ground warmed by fires of hot lava. Now, when we said that, somebody mentioned that these homes are what? Now, she's a goddess of volcanoes, right? So these craters, beautiful, connecting the dots. These craters are the attempt to create a what? A volcano, beautiful. And so she wants her volcano to be full of fire, right? She's the goddess of fire and lava. Now her sister, though, is the goddess of, I think it said ocean, right? The ocean, ocean water. So Pele wants a volcano that's full of fire. Namaka Okai is trying to ruin her sister's home. Great, so nice job connecting what's happening. Tell me one more time, Denise, what did your peers just say? What is happening? Okay, so Pele is creating craters in the ground to create a home. What kind of home? Nice, a volcano home with fire, right? And tell me more, what's Namaka Okai doing? She's flooding these craters or volcanoes that she's doing. Beautiful. Great, so scholars, when I ask you what natural occurrence is happening, we're connecting the dots. These myths are all about what? Volcanoes, right? And so these are natural forming landforms, right? Or things that are happening in the earth. So Pele is creating these what? Volcanoes, right? Beautiful. Namaka Okai is also creating these what? Volcanoes. Their interpretation of volcanoes is a little different, right? One expects water, one expects fire. But the natural occurrence that's happening is that these goddesses are creating these natural volcanoes. Do we understand how we came to that conclusion? Great. We thought about what was happening. We thought about the power of our goddesses. So our goddesses are creating these volcanoes, right? Beautiful. Great. So I'm going to ask you to turn and talk to your partner again. Let's solidify what we've learned. What natural occurrences are happening based on what we read? Turn, talk. All right, guys, bring it back to me. 3. Beautiful. 2. Bring it back in 1. Give yourself 2 claps. Beautiful, scholars. You're doing a beautiful job. We're going to take the next 5 minutes to finish reading our story. I want you to continue to be making sense of what these myths are telling us about a volcanic activity. Remember, we're thinking about our big question. How do these myths relate to volcanic activity? We've already talked about Pele and Namaka Okai. Beautiful. Let's continue. All eyes are down. We're on page 45. Finally, Pele reached Hawaii, the largest island in the chain. Pele climbed the mountain called Kilauea and dug a crater at its top. The bright orange flames of volcanic fire flared and did not go out. Pele's crater on Kilauea was far above the sea, out of the reach of the ocean goddess. Pele was pleased with her new home. She sent Hayaka, actually let's double check. I want to make sure that I'm pronouncing her sister's name properly. Hayaka. She sent Hayaka to fetch her husband to be from Kauai. She told her little sister to be back in less than 40 days. She also warned Hayaka not to fall in love with Lawai herself. In turn, Hayaka made Pele promise to protect a grove of beautiful trees that grew on Kilauea. Hayaka adored the trees. She was afraid that if Pele lost her temper, she would send out rivers of lava to burn them down. I'm going to freeze this really quickly. I want us to take a moment to think about our Pele solution. Pele's solution. Turn to your partner. How did Pele solve her problem? Talk. Beautiful, bring it back. Beautiful, recognizing that. So, Pele was so smart. She was able to find an island above sea level where her sister controlled the water, and she was able to successfully create a volcano. Great. Beautiful. So, guys, we're going to continue reading our text. The journey took much longer than Hayaka expected. By the time she reached Kauai and found Lauahu, more than 40 days had passed. On the trip back to Hawaii, Hayaka grew increasingly fond of Lauahu. She also grew increasingly afraid of how Pele would react to them being so late in returning. Great, so guys, we've read our text. Beautiful. I want to know, what volcanic activity does this passage explain? What volcanic activity does this passage explain? I'm taking hands. Beautiful. All right, so guys, we've read our text. Beautiful. So guys, as we are wrapping up this lesson, we are now going to get into our activity page, okay? We are going to take a moment to really dive deep into our big question. We read our first passage, we read our second passage. Both of these are myths. We're going to take a moment to compare these myths and think about what we learned, and then we're going to get ready to answer this big question on how do volcanic myths help explain volcanic activity. We've met some awesome characters so far. Great, so everybody's at your page 7.3. Beautiful. Great. Let's take a moment now to think about what we've learned. Great job. Great, class. So I'm really proud of the work that we've done. So we have been able to understand that these myths help explain volcanic activity, right? And we've also learned that the people believe that there are spirits and gods that are creating these volcanoes, that are creating these eruptions, that are creating the quieting of this. And it's so interesting that we've learned that the goddess of these volcanoes' name is what? Pele, right? And so Pele was going around trying to make a home and find a home, and she created all of these different volcanoes in these Hawaiian island chains. Great. Beautiful. So, we're going to take now some time to do some word work. We're going to take some time. Hayaka and Loai were married and lived happily ever after, while Pele remained in her lofty volcano home. This word work is around the word lofty. The word is what? Lofty. Beautiful. Lofty means high up. Lofty means what? High up. And it's so interesting because we live in New York. And so I've heard the word aloft before. And so when I hear that word loft, that's making me think of a high apartment, right? Or some sort of part of a house that is high up. Beautiful. The eagle built a lofty nest on the inside. The eagle built a lofty nest on the side of a cliff. Tell me again, what does lofty mean? Janelle. High up. Beautiful. So now we're going to use our beautiful brains to think about how we can use lofty in our own sentences.